Hello and welcome each and every one to this last for this year, Living in the Flow with dear Tanya. And firstly, so we don't forget both of us wishing all of us, all of you and us as well, wonderful, wonderful festive season, a wonderful Christmas celebration, and also a wonderful, new year that is coming. There is so much happening, and a lot of things are going on for a lot of people. But for some people, they're already cruising and going with grace and flow, and all of the, because you are reaping the fruits of all of the work that you have done. And so before without any further ado, we just go right into it. And indeed, I am Mary Magdalene, and I come to you today in this spirit, of course, of sharing, in this spirit of family, in this spirit where there's so much celebration going on in the world right now, of course, Christmas. And it is a celebration also of the one that we call and we know Yeshua, my partner who was a partner to me, a husband to me when I was walking on earth. But more than that, we were partners in our mastery. We were partners in having our last lifetimes, just like many of you in when we've achieved and realized ourselves fully within the physical world. And then, of course, both of us, we've kind of moved on in a sense that we haven't had any more lifetimes. And this is just to show that people, each and every individual is on a different and unique journey. Each one of you is on a unique journey, and the choices, life choices, lifetime choices that you now have available to you are just so different to what that they've ever been before. You have this incredible vast array of choices in front of you and inside of you that you can choose from. All fruits of all of the labor, all fruits of all of the work that you have done. The work in realizing the mastery at whatever level that you feel that you are, but it in realizing your creatorship. And as you know, being a creator, it has so much, there's so much involved in this. And it is not only that you can visualize. That's a good start. You visualize and you think positively and all of these kind of things, but you know how much deep work is needed, how much shadow work, integrating of shadow work, working through traumas, walking through all of the different ancestral patterns, clearing all of that out of your energy. And you have wondered why, perhaps when you just started in this way, like really consciously, wanting to be a creator, you've wondered, why is it not working? Why is it not working? And as year by year go by, you realize how much work there was with this clearing, how deeply embedded you were, each one of you, in the 3D, and yet at the same time how joyful it is to be realizing, to be witnessing, you being your own witness to your own mastery that you were birthing within you, like a flower that is unfolding on the inside. And so therefore also your outer life follows that, now being like an island of safety for yourself in within all of this chaos that is going on around the world and will continue to do so. And I know that my dear partner Yeshua is also here for those that feel him, and he will come and speak with you a bit later as well. But he will talk to you about all of the different points of separation and what they mean. But I wanted to speak with you with this gentleness that we're creating. Feel how you have this delicate wings now on your back. And feel how in this gentleness that you have created within yourself, or rather allowed, whichever word that you use for these things, feel how you now are really able to bring forth that voice that is uniquely you, voice that was suppressed by the outside world, suppressed by the mass consciousness. And therefore, you too have created patterns within yourself that have suppressed that voice. That voice that is uniquely you, that voice that is also represented by the feminine within you, that incredible creativity, that incredible sound, the song that makes your heart dance with joy, that allows that fire, that passion that is within you to come forth. And you know that that passion is at times full of fire that is orange and red, and at other times it is that incredible cold fire, blue in color, that is even stronger, that is even more powerful, that is even more intense rather. And all of that can be expressed in so many ways. You have noticed when you've danced with this fire, with this passion of your soul, of yourself, for a while, you realize that there are many, many different ways in which you can actually express this incredible intensity. You've realized that intensity at times expresses itself like a thunder and lightning. And yet, at times, this intensity can be contained in the tiniest of movement, in the tiniest, the most gentle vibration of your voice, with the tiniest brush on your lover's cheek, and all it's expressing of who you uniquely are. And you realize that now you have allowed and created this incredible safety, the safe space within yourself, which gives you access and has given you access to huge, humongous rooms, garden spaces within yourself, within which you can now play upon, within which you can explore, within which you now have a room to move, to dance, to be wild. You have allowed safety for that wild nature of yourself, that nature that is a soul nature of you, that is untamed and never has been tamed, that is free, that lives according to its own rules that are instinctive, ancient, and yet always new and always being reborn, and that never will be tamed. And yes, for many of the thousands of centuries, you have had to keep that voice either deeply, deeply buried within you, buried underneath patterns and patterns of trauma and all of these skewed emotions and feelings that have buried it for safety, for it wasn't safe. Because you knew that if you express that, just like all the wilderness that is showing you that incredible freedom, all that has many have wanted to cut that down, to imprison, to tie, to put into ropes and halters and tiny spaces, separated from you, separated from themselves, separated from family, and call that love, when in reality it is fear, control, and it is also using, not love. So you have you have been dancing with love, the new relationship, the new understanding of love. And you've come to realize more and more what this incredible purity of love it means, how freeing it is. And again, also how gentle and how passionate and how forceful it is. All the different nuances, all the different flavors, all the different tastes. And you realize just how different love, this love, the compassionate, unbound, unconditional love really is to what you imagined, to what the human who was caught, who was a slave to the 3D reality, to the matrix, what that human thought. But it wasn't easy, and it isn't easy for someone still going deeply through this journey, through the death valley, through deep integrations. It is not easy, and there's only few of you on this road to mastery. But just like me, Mary Magdalene, I have always stayed pure no matter what was done with my story, no matter how belittled, how put down my story was and my role. They tried to bury the mastery of me, my real story, that I was the incredible teacher, that I have lived and breathed my own enlightenment, my own embodiment while I walked on earth, and how many others I've assisted and helped, and yet we had to do it in secrecy then, but no more. And just like water, as you know, for those, the H2O, the purity of water, the molecules of water, they always stay themselves, they always stay pure. They always stay water no matter how much dirt you put in. Even when you look at a glass or a river that is dirty, that is muddy, that is polluted with all sorts of substances, the molecules of water haven't changed. They're still as pure as ever. They're just a bit diluted, hiding among all that dirt. And all you have to do to concentrate that purity again, to see the crystalline, is to sift out the dirt. You don't change the water at all. Water stays the same. You just sift out the dirt or let it all fall down to the ground. And there you have it, the pure water that never has changed its substance throughout any of it. And so too, have I not changed in this way? I have not been polluted by what has been done to my story, and nor have you. And so I ask each one of you to allow, finally, if you haven't already, for your voice, your truth, your clarity, your wisdom to come forth. Speak it, live it, let it be, let it practice it, sing it, dance it, paint it, whatever expression that you want, that pure, soul-filled, love-filled, heartfelt love and mastery that each one of you is birthing. For dear ones, dear friends, the new earth, it is here. It has been done. You have done it. We together, you the physical and us the non-physical, friends, we have done it together, and so it is. Over to you, dear Tanya.
So in the same vein, I would like to invite everyone in this winter solstice, which is a period of, so it started yesterday, but the opening into looking deeper within, to take this time where one is invited to go within, to go and search in the darkness, realizing that the truth the gem is always, always in all, every single experience, every single moment. And so my invitation to everyone, no matter where you are at, no matter whether you are manifesting your mastery or whether you are walking through the valley of darkness, still finding your way in that mud that is so hard to move through, but knowing you are doing it one way or another. Reality check is always on the table as something required on this earthly plane. And why is that? It's because no matter what frequency we are at within our conscious awareness, we are always within a myriad of other frequencies as well, existing. And so there are many different layers of consciousness on this earth plane. And it is important for us to shake the dust off sometimes, no matter where we are at in our awareness of who we truly are, in our awareness of the truth of who we are. It is important to always realign into the neutral space of not over excitement about how beautiful it is, to really be able to now experience a level of manifestation and beauty that was not possible before. So coming into full acceptance of how natural that is, not going all the way into over excitement, because that means there is still a need to escape something. The fact that that is true, real, and natural. And why would there be a willingness to want to escape the fact that that beauty, that transcendence that is now possible in physical form as a divine human, why would one want to escape the fact that there's just the normalcy of the new earth? Well, that only occurs because on the other end, where there are all the hard truths to face about who and what we have been through our experiences as human beings in this grand experiment of Earth, and even beyond in other experiences in the galaxies, have not fully been acknowledged and accepted with no judgment. So they have not fully been brought into compassion. And therefore, when we are experiencing the mastery, there is a need to make it more exciting. Whee! And so the invitation here is to bring it into normalcy. This is the new normal on new earth. And new earth is existing on this earth plane at the same time as the third dimension of all of the other experiences that life on earth provides. And so being able to come into the acceptance of the different emotions, the different feelings, the different awareness, the different layers of reality that exist on earth simultaneously. So not having to go into deep depression or doom, not having to go into excitement, becoming aware of the middle point, which is where soul can then create from a new space, from a space where there is no separation, where there is no, oh, this is excellent and this is not, where all of the elements of physical reality are then the matter that is used in this new way, in this new awareness of the human that has allowed soul to come forth and to take this life and to experience in it with the human self that they are. So my invitation is now, in this time of going within, of being aware of who we truly are, of being aware of that truth that Mary Magdalene was sharing. Own it. Own it so much that there is nothing that needs to remain shut down or prohibited from the purity which is in the middle. The purity is neither there nor there. It's in the 0 point. So nothing needs to be hidden, because all of that which is there, hiding, is true also. That is also our truth. All of it is our truth. And the level of possibility that becomes available once the hiding truths, be they there that, oh my God, this is just so, whoa, and be there, oh my God, this cannot be possible. It's all the same thing. This cannot be possible. Is this really happening to me? Like if you're in that awareness of, oh, wow, this is just, oh my God, this is just too good. Is this really happening to me? Oh yeah, it is. That is normal. That is the new normal. And oh my God, can that have happened to me? Oh, no, that's just, no, that's just not. Can I have been that? No, no way. Yeah, that is normal on earth. So coming into the realization that normal is not what we have thought it to be. Actually, what we have created to be normal is numb. Oh, I don't believe it. Oh, yay. Oh, let's just all be robots and go through the motions. That's what we've come to believe is normal. Actually, that normal is so big in pretend, so big in pretend and denial of everything, of the beauty, the grandness, the wholeness of who you are, and of the horrific of who you are. Because we've been all the way across the spectrum, and it's time to wrap it up into one, because there is nothing else. The truth and the reality of who we are is we are all of it. And that sometimes seems too huge, too humongous, like Mary Magdalene was saying, to accept. And that is my invitation. What is too huge about you? And here, no matter whether it is the exquisite brilliance of your true nature as a souled being, or the darkest darkness of you as a human being experiencing the full range of possibilities on earth. Whatever it is, what is too huge for you to receive fully. So may this, if you wish, be your allowing this Christmas. Over to you, dear Alexis.
Yes, the enormity of what we're experiencing and the enormity of who we are. I've been dealing with that this last month in a new way. It's just like not just that, it's just the enormity of the human being, you know, with all of the experiences in 3D in the matrix, and how we even manage to survive
Yeah.
because we are so tender, we are so delicate. And I
Mm.
don't know whether this is, you know, it's hard to sometimes say, is this the new reality that I haven't been so delicate before? But when I look at like just how fine the feelings are, how fine the emotions
Yeah.
are, and how the gentleness,
The purity.
the purity, yeah, of the whole thing, and how many nuances the whole thing has, you know, how many like how many nuances and flavors and tastes my emotions have. And I'm realizing more and more then part of this new earth really has to do with just these feelings and emotions, because this is part of this much more finer expression of my own being. You know, and I just don't know how we managed to, or did we not have as many? I can't even say anymore because I can't remember. You know, it's hard to
Yeah.
really know what is truth when you look back. Do I remember it correctly or whatever? But just you know, in the past it was all about, all the society, the cultures and everything was about denying the reality of feelings and
Mm.
emotions. And everyone just has to, well, for many people it's still like that. It is that there is like an authority figure and they decide, okay, or whether that is science, whether that's the boss, whether it is the parents, or you know, like social
Or
media,
religion
yeah,
or whatever.
religion, or social media influencer. However, it's just that someone else defines what is the reality, what is the truth. And yet, you know, within us, and when we do that, when someone else keeps you know, defining that, it basically, we just ignore our own feelings and emotions, and they are ignored by others, and therefore also we ignore them unless we actually notice them and follow them. And so resurrecting myself, or being born again like a phoenix out of these whatever, you know, processes that we had to go through, and like I'm just this uh, fine finely tuned being with feelings that are so fine and nuanced. And the most incredible thing is that I actually know even how to name them. It's funny because like I can feel something new, and with it comes the knowingness of what it actually is, you know. And I'm like, where is that all coming from? You know, if I didn't know that there's this huge well of my own soul self, you know, not that they're
Mm.
separated, but you know, to the humans it's still, like you said, you know, it can be
Yeah.
surprising, this enormity of who and how weird, you know, I am on the inside. And it's just an incredible kind of discovery of this. And also as I'm sort of more mindful and noticing and respecting my own feelings and emotions and all of that, and so I can do with others. And so in this way I realized that my relationships with others, yeah, have improved in incredible ways. Not that sort of like, oh, I'm you know, I go out and I'm saying I'm master, I'm this, I'm that. No, it's just basically my communication, my respect, you know, like how I can perceive and see into another, not in a kind of like an unsafe spying way, but I can feel the nuances, and at the same time realizing how unique each one it is. That, you know, I used to just jump to conclusions as to what, and you know, if another person was exhibiting similar traits or similar signs that then I would judge, and not judge in a way or it's negative or positive, but I kind of would jump to conclusion as to what they're experiencing. And now I'm realizing how abundant and wealthy this human experience really is, that other people uniquely perceive and experience and have their own experiences in their own unique way, and that I have to really wait for them to explain to me, to really, be able to perceive, oh, is it true what I'm putting on to them or not? Because like when you become much more open and much more noticing, one of the things I thought, oh wow, I can actually really perceive what another person's feeling. And now it's another next level when it's again okay, to relate to someone. I have to actually give them enough space, the same space as I, for them to express the reality of their own experiences, which can be a little bit different, and which can have different points of view, and which can have very, very different perspectives. And so for me, this new way, it's really diving into these kind of beautiful realities, of that I didn't even know existed, or perhaps they didn't, before, that are so much more finer than that I knew, and so much richer and so much more abundant. And now Alexis, I'm going to stop talking because your friend Yeshua, want to step in and say what I came to say. Otherwise, Alexis would not stop talking, would she? But I can understand, because when you experience this incredible next new levels, but from you to you, this new you, and it is like the Tanya was talking about, it can be so exciting. It can overwhelm you. Again, the enormity, this seems to be the word of today, the enormity of who you are and who you continually can explore and perceive within, in the world within, and in the worlds outside of you as a physical being. I, Yeshua, enjoy your presence, enjoy the friendship that we have. And also I enjoy each one of you, because you are a teacher. You are a teacher to me, or a teacher to us, than your non-physical friends, because the ascended masters, we have not experienced, not even close, the level of your involvement in the physical world, your incredible, like, let's say, scientific knowledge of it, because the humanity itself has sort of gone forward with all of these things. It has explored so many different realms and layers of matter, and the physical laws and the physicalness of what you have. It's kind of moved and expanded into all direction. And that also is thanks to you for shining your light, for being, the radiance in this world. And yet at the same time, you, dear friends, now, many of you have felt recently this point of separation again, or rather points of separation. Well, and this was the same for me, Yeshua, because I was quite different to almost everyone else around me within the society that I lived in. And when you are in this way, when you are living your mastery, you know, experiencing point of separation from others, from the previous reality, and including in your own inner world, from the identity that you just were. You experience, when you choose something else, you experience that point of separation. And it can feel a bit confusing at times, because you're thinking, so what is happening here? But experiencing point of separation is one of those tools, or rather the regular way of doing something or experience something, on the new earth. And this is because you are now so dynamic. The presence of your divinity, of your soul, is so incredible, dynamic, and changeable that you not only continually change from who you were just a second ago, but also in relationship with others. And it doesn't, of course, have to do anything with judgment or competition or comparison of as to who's better, who's more ahead, or these are the old world concepts. In the new world concept, you still experience the point of separation. For example, just a simple example, let's say if you decide, okay, you have a group of friends and you felt great among the company, and then you decide, well, you know what, I'm going to create my own business. And in order to do that, or in order, if you decide that you're going to experience the next level of what it means to be a creator, what it means to be sovereign, you do. And your friends don't choose in the same way. Your friends uniquely choose their own path. You inside experience point of separation with them, because all of a sudden you don't relate, you don't resonate with them anymore, whether it is just because you chosen a different path, or whether it is because they perhaps want to stay in the same energy, in the same patterns that they're quite happy, and maybe they will change later or not. But it you've noticed now with a much more, with your acute perception and with clarity now, how you separate in this way. And not only that, being, let's say, being a sovereign being, realizing your sovereignty in relationship with everything, whether it's on the inside or whether it is part aspects that have not been integrated on the inside, or people outside, or whether the systems and stuff. This point of separation is something that you can utilize. It is something on your side. It is your own tool. And so when you feel that perhaps you feel a bit lonely, perhaps you're going through that void, perhaps when you do experience that point of separation, you don't know what is there yet. It's kind of like, you jump in the water and you don't know yet how, how to swim in these new waters yet. When you realize that this is a natural, completely natural and normal and necessary thing to experience, then you can actually put your mind to rest, and you can put your being to rest, and you can just relax into it and say, this too shall pass. And I will become more and more comfortable with who I am. I will meet new people that resonate with whatever I am, or I will be able to satisfy certain needs on my own, from my own deep well of being. But this is something, this point of separation is something that for many of you will happen a lot. And for many of you, it has happened in a huge way just recently, and it's happening now, because we are stepping into this whole new level of things in so many different ways. And you will notice that a lot of people have chosen not to go forward into these new realities, into these new fine, um, fine, um, fine meaning, so subtle, so gentle, so crystalline spaces. And so, this point of separation, perhaps you feel some sadness with it, perhaps you feel some grief with it, and that too is all normal and natural. Just be with yourself, be gentle, be self loving, respect, give yourself respect, and congratulate yourself, and pat yourself on the back, for you are you are courageous one who is saying yes and yes and yes and yes, for walking as a sovereign being in this world, that is predominantly filled with people that are enmeshed psychologically, emotionally, materially, physically. It is very rare, even though there are quite a few of you now, but it is still very rare. And also take time to find your place on earth. Take time to settle, find your home, not only within yourself, but the place on earth. And even though it may not be perfect from what your mind would say, when you bring yourself, your soul, your divinity, just watch how magically it transforms into something that is so perfect for you, into something that supports you and nourishes you and enables you to live that life of joy, that life of grace that you deserve, that you have worked for, that you have invited, that you have hoped and wished for. And all of it is now here. And so, your non physical friends, all of us, and I, Yeshua, with Mary Magdalene, we congratulate you on the enormity of what you have just done, what you've created, what you've allowed, what you've perceived, what you now perceive, and you are giving birth to. We are celebrating, we are dancing, and we are so proud of each and every one of you, dear masters. And yes, I can say that easily now. Masters walking on earth. Over to you, dear Tanya.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And so continuing in that vein, because these times have been challenging, because there has been this massive shift of new frequencies now being available and coming into Earth, and so other frequencies need to leave and need to adjust. There are also amongst those who have been walking this path of realizing who they are, those who have come to a point where they say, I've had enough of this lifetime. I don't want to live anymore. I just want to go. And some have been saying that for a while already, and it hasn't happened yet. So this is particularly addressed to those who are feeling or have felt and still are not done with really having resolved that, I'm done with this thing. I just don't want to be here anymore. Though, yeah, it's different, but still there's still not a reason. I just can't find a reason to be here, even though I am so wise and I know all of these things and that. So, dear one, dear ones, if you're feeling that and you haven't gone yet, it's because your soul has not chosen to go yet. It's because there is more. There is more for you here. And that more for you is precisely related to picking up more pieces, bringing them into that space of clarity and complete and full acceptance. Because when you leave this earth plane, and if you are to leave in mastery and sovereignty, you will leave in gratitude, in fulfillment. Yes, this has been a very special lifetime. And not in, oh gosh, what a drudgery. I just want to be done with this. That's because there's stuff that you're not wanting to look at. There's stuff you're not wanting to accept. And that's okay. Accepting this is essential. Because if you're still here, then there is more for you here. So there's no point wanting to rush it. wanting to rush to the other side. No point. And because I have just breathed into your silence session in 9 minutes, I will just keep it short and simple like that, because I believe the message is quite clear. And I will say thank you so much for being here on earth at this time, for having chosen to be born into this lifetime. Thank you so much. That in itself is a big gift for my Christmas.
Yes, to each and every one, both of us, we say thank you for, joining us, for participating and for supporting this program, and for interacting with us. And as always, we invite each one to check out our website. Tanya, you've got the breathing session straight
Right,
after,
in
don't
on
you?
Insight
Yes.
Timer. Yeah, on Insight
Yeah,
Timer.
yeah.
Mhm.
And for me, I have still almost half price private sessions. Still, if you book within, until the end of December, we can meet, have a session after. But till the end of December, check out our website. And yeah, and apart
Oh, and
from that,
I've got my
yeah.
calendar, actually,
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah,
with all of the daily wisdom for the year. It's in
yeah,
print. Whoever
yeah.
wants to
Wow.
order it, I'm very happy about it. I don't have one here now, otherwise
Yeah.
I'd show you.
You can still bring one. You can still bring one next time
I
when we
will.
meet in
I will.
January.
Yeah, because this one
Yeah,
is timeless. It's for
yeah,
every year,
yeah.
all the time.
Exactly. And so from us, it's a short and poignant session this time, and from both of us and from all your non-physical friends also. We wish each and every one a happy, Merry Christmas before, and a Happy New Year.
Yes. Thank you so much, Alexis,
Thank you,
and
dear
all of the
Tanya.
friends here. Thank you.
Until next time. Bye-bye.
Until next
Bye.
time.